evening to you wherever you are, and I want to welcome you all who have joined this space. My first one this year. I had been doing these spaces last year, but I stopped until we jumped over to this year. So many people have been asking me, why don't you resume your spaces? Uh, but I told them I wasn't ready. There was a lot that was going on. So I decided I'll just do it when I'm ready to start. And good thing, Twitter has implemented a lot of changes since the last time we were hosting these spaces. And I'm glad that we are seeing a lot of development. Now you can record, and I hope it will be stable. So I'm hoping that Twitter will not, this space will not crash. Yesterday I was in another space that had around 2,000 listeners by Africa Uncensored, and when the thing was just getting to the climax, it ended abruptly. So it was very disappointing. I'm hoping that that doesn't happen today, because if it happens, I might not come back. I'll wait until next week. So basically, let's hope for the best. The stability in Twitter features is still wanting. We've tried to talk to their developers to improve on the whole thing, but sort of it's like they have a lot in their they have a lot in their plate. So we'll just hope that they'll sort of uh, they'll sort of fix whatever things that are preventing them from giving us the best services. Yeah, we see there is a Twitter communities. Unfortunately, sort of it's like a feature that you have to be invited, and also I don't know if it's available on Android, because when it started it was on iOS. So lots of those features. Otherwise, I want to believe that all of you who have joined here, you are interested with the topic that we are going to tackle, and basically today's topic is an open one, and we are looking at how in 2022, how as developers, how are we how are we looking at the year that is ahead of us. Yeah, you can say that January is almost ending, but it's still a long month. But what does 2022 have in store for you as a software developer? It could be you are somebody in campus, you are somebody doing internship, you you are unemployed, you are an independent developer, you are looking for a job, all those kind of things. Or worse still, or interesting still, you are that person who is interested in the software development, but you have not yet joined. So that is the kind of a person. Those are the kind of people that we are looking to address here. So we it is an open discussion. It's an open topic, and I hope that we're going to get valuable information from each and every one of you, and that if you are here, you are also going to basically you are also going to give value to others, not only just coming to receive, but you're going to give value to others. So I'm going to ask a number of you to send a request to speak, so that while we are waiting for others to join in the next 10 to 20 minutes, would you mind if you send a request, you introduce yourself, the few who have already joined, so that we can actually know who is in the house, and we get started. So kindly send a request to speak, and then from there, I can grant you the request to speak. You introduce yourself, and once we we are actually going to, yes, um I need people who are already listening to introduce themselves. Just say what you do, or what is your profession or occupation, or what is your current status of employment at the moment. Yes, it's a simple one. In fact, I've sent I've sent all of you requests, so you can just accept, and then accept the invites, and then from there, you will be able to speak. Yeah, I'm taking a few minutes to invite a number of friends of mine from Telegram and WhatsApp, and then we can get the train moving. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for people to introduce themselves. So, uh, I think you all know me. Okay. Yeah.
So, hi Jack.
Somebody. Hi.
My name is Nicholas Karimi. Uh, First is thank you for this space. I think we need to going to address a few issues that probably developers are facing, or things that probably we can do better that we didn't do better last year. So, I'm a software developer, primarily doing kind of full stack, but I deal mostly with backend using Python and Django. Currently working for a government agency, but my goal this year is to probably switch to a remote role. I need to go. Uh, I'm planning to do a remote job in probably US or UK. Uh, I've done a remote job with Linux Foundation for the last 6 months, but probably looking for a more permanent role. So I'm looking for more engagement with the team. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a nice one. It's very good when you do not stay in your comfort zone. You should actually be somebody who is open. You are ready to push yourselves to newer challenges. So, anybody next? Kindly. Um,
Good evening, everyone.
good
Jack,
evening.
you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Kimboy here. Um, yeah, it's my first time on a space actually to speak, so and it's my first time to be on this space. I saw your request on Telegram, so I set a reminder and said, okay, let me join. So I am, what can I say? I'm a bit of everything. I do back end, front end. I hate a bit of front end, so I like back end. So bit of everything. PHP is my major. I write code on almost anything. Python, C sharp. Done quite some number of projects here and there. Some successful, some not. Yeah. Currently working for non-government and also running some bit of startups here and there. So doing like tinkering up with hardware and just seeing what can be what can you achieve with it. So basically that is it. Yeah, I think for the guys who are in here, I think I'll later know how we do things. Sometimes we got jobs, and we could have maybe even people that we can pass to those jobs. So I think I've been on the field for I think now it's about 8 years or something like that. Yeah, I think it's about 8 years. So started things to do with biometrics, left to that. Okay, maybe started with things that are a bit basic like CCTV installations and stuff to vehicle tracking, to biometrics, to other devices. So yeah, that has been part of me. So yeah, hoping to interact with you guys and see what you can do.
Thank you, thank you. I'm grateful that you have taken this chance to actually talk about yourself. So um, I'm back. I'm back on this space, and I can. I've done. I'm done with the sending reminders to people on Telegram and WhatsApp. So um, I'd sent a request to the whole of you who are here. Seems like they don't want to speak, but I can still send requests to the other people that I've seen who have joined, and then we continue. We are hoping people will be joining, especially those who are making noise on my inbox and reminding me in the groups. Oh, when are you resuming your spaces? Oh, so I'm hoping they'll be joining, but they will find us on our way. I've sent requests to people to speak. The rest of you who have just joined us, I think there is somebody by agent and another one Duncan. Please, if you don't mind, can you accept the request and then introduce yourself for a few minutes? Yes, this guy by the name of agent, an agent, whatever. I don't know how you people have funny.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm sorry, I was on mute. Uh, I, I,
Yes,
I don't know.
about your
I've just joined. I don't know how we follow the criteria of how to introduce yourself. Maybe you can just let me know.
basically, you just tell us your name, what you are doing, are you employed, where you are working, blah blah blah.
Okay, my name's are Evans. Evans. Um, I have like almost from 2017. That's almost 5 years experience, 4 to 5 years experience. So I'm currently working as an Android developer on one of the big tech company in Kenya. Let me not just reveal the name. Then I've worked on a couple of the companies for quite some time, for like 4 years. So my current role has been working for the last 1 year as an Android developer. Yeah. But apart from being an Android developer, I'm also the fan of Node. I've done like 2 years experience in Node, Feather, Sign Express. I'm also I have also experience with the React for frontend and Next.js. And currently this year I'm trying to explore the Golang for backend. Yes. Also, apart from those ones, I'm also a fan of AWS, Docker, Kubernetes, and those DevOps stuff. Yeah. So, so I've worked on the couple of projects ranging from circle projects, IoT, that's Raspberry Pi, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, and the Arduino stuff. I've also worked with open source projects. Yes, uh, I've also worked with something to do with lending money to the agents in Kenya through M-Pesa. Then what? Yeah, I've also dealt with the project to do with pickup and delivery services. And more so the apart from the mobile money in Kenya, also work with mobile money for Nigeria, Tanzania, and and the and the mobile money for Stripe payment gateways, yeah, and Google Pay payment gateways. I think that's all from me. I can thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us at this session. Yeah, thank you, from.
Thank you so much. um, Actually, I don't know why there are people joining and leaving, and I don't know if it's a problem with their network on their side, or is it because they don't want to be told to speak. I know developers are very naive people and funny characters, and there are people they always like to lurk in the shadows. They don't want. They want to be like they are with us, but not with us. So they are those kind of people, very funny individuals. Unfortunately, you have to have this kind of people with you. In every market, there has to be a madman. So these are like our madmen. You have to have a space for them. So um, it's now 17 minutes past the time that we started, and the best thing will be just to start off. I don't. I'm not very. I'm not somebody who goes with numbers. I like me. I look at quality, not quantity. So if anybody is joining, they'll join us probably as we go on, and we intend to have this space for 1 hour because the number of people that have joined is not one that we can actually say that we'll rely on to have this discussion for more than 1 hour. So, being the first, I want to trust that will be done in 1 hour. So, and as I was speaking earlier on, we are actually using some of the latest technologies that have been invented. Twitter Spaces was invented just a few months to end of last year, but before then we had Twitter uh, uh, Fleet. Is it Fleet or whatever? Was it? Yeah, Fleet. These were like WhatsApp status or Facebook stories or Instagram stories or yeah, those posts that normally disappear after 24 hours. But I don't know what happened. They killed it, and then they came up with this one for Twitter Spaces. And I have also said that there is also Twitter communities. They were experimenting it with iOS not iOS, but not iOS developers, but iOS devices. But now I am told it is available on Android. Twitter communities is just whereby you tweet and it is not for the public, it is just for the people who are inside that community. And if you are not a member, you are allowed to peep into it. And it's sort of a cool feature, but I am not, for some reasons, I think it's sort of restricted to people with iOS to start a community. But on Android, I'm not sure if you are on Android, you can start a community. So it's like people on iOS, they still have an upper hand in Twitter, in being taken serious by the Twitter development team. So away from that, okay, let me first introduce myself. My name is Jack Zero. I'm a mobile developer at Adenian Labs. I don't have a problem saying where I work. I'm a very open guy. Adenian Labs is we were initially known as Ada Labs, but they renamed it to Adenian Labs. We have a lot of companies inside there, or it's a startup that has other companies inside there. So we are working on a number of products, and I've been tweeting some in my timeline. Like we have this product called Ecobar. It's a circle management system. We have it on Android and also PWA. And then also we also launched another product by the name of Rewarded. Rewarded is a product that is going to help people to make money from watching advertisements and also taking part in surveys. So those are some of the, yeah. We also have Payland. Payland was if you just check Payland, is one of latest startups that actually got a lot of seed funding. So right now they're not under Andean Labs, they are on their own. And the product that I'm working on, we're also intending to get it to the market soon, so that we can also start looking for those people who will make us get seed funding, that kind of a thing. So me, right now, I'm a mobile developer using Flutter, but I normally have other things on the side. I'm sort of a multi-stack developer. I've been doing desktop using .NET and even sometimes C++. When it comes to web development, I've played with Joomla, WordPress, and now even Laravel. So I've been able to do even backend. So all those stuff I've been doing them because I was having my own projects I was working with, and I was doing all these things for myself, building the mobile app and then coming building the back end, the API, the front end, those kind of things. It's been fun when you're taking stress off a project. So when you're taking stress off from a project that you're working on or what you have been employed to work on. Personally, you if you checked my profile, I normally cycle. So when I'm not cycling, I'll give myself the challenge of working on another project, probably in another language. So you see, I'll shift from that, and then I come to C++ or I come to C sharp. I go there work or something in Laravel, PHP, and over time that has been my way, and seems to be a very good thing for myself. I tend to learn a lot of things as we go by, and I've never reached a point where I'm suffering from burnout. So I know many people here could have heard of that term burnout, or they have been in that situation, but they don't know how. And personally, I learned this from a very young age that too much of something is dangerous. So uh, uh, I normally don't like being on one thing all the time, because you can't tell me you'll be seated on your laptop 24/7. You are just coding, 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 coding. There has to be time you'll go off, you go eat, you come back, you go bed, you come back, you go to the toilet, you come back, you sleep, that kind of things. And that is for somebody who's working remote. But if you are working on site, there are a lot of things that can help you even all sort of not come to burnout, because when you leave the office, you enter into a matatu going back home. You will be taking a break, and in the morning also. It's just that when you decide to be working like you are a workhorse non-stop, it's up to you to know how you're going to uh, how you're going to give your body a break. It's very good when you take short breaks. So I think going forward this year, people should learn the art of taking breaks, because I've had cases from last year whereby people are actually having problems because somebody has been working and is not moving. He's just there working. There's no time he's taking a break, and people have suffered. Then another thing that happened last year is that somebody shared a very sad story that he was having stress, and it was money related, because uh, COVID messed him and the job he was doing, and then he sort of was not a businessman. So this person, okay, there are developers who tend to be sort of having side hustles. They are doing some business outside what they are doing, and you find that these people, when software is not bringing money, the business is bringing money. So this guy, he is a family man, and then sort of he he realizes that he's broke and dead broke. COVID is there. There is KRA bringing digital tax. There is BBI. there is a lot of things going around, and this guy he was really having stress. So we were advising him. This was in coding or a group. So we are telling this guy, no, my friend, life can't go like that. You need to take a break. You need to whatever problems you are facing, just drop them first and just think about yourself as a person, and then look at where you've come from and where you have reached. Look at the opportunities that are still lying around you, and then see how to make good out of them. Because I'm pretty much sure you cannot be an island that you don't have friends, you don't have people you can talk to and tell them, you know what, I'm looking for a position. I'm open to a role like a web developer, mobile developer, those kind of things. Yes, if you cannot talk to people around you, then I think you'll be doomed. And then most of you people calling yourselves software developers, you are antisocial. You normally come to social media because somebody has shared something and you thought it was interesting or it was funny, so you want to follow up, and then you just read, you don't comment or you don't react, you go away. So uh, I don't say it's bad to be sort of you are not reacting to whatever is happening, or you are not that person who is socially interactive or social media interactive. No, it's not bad. It's good if it's your policy, but it should not reach whereby you are you are like a cancer patient in stage 4. No, it shouldn't reach there. So that is why I normally, personally, I'm a social person, and I try to make other people to be also be social, so that you talk. If you are in a group, I'm sure you are all in the software developer groups, either on WhatsApp, on Signal, on Telegram, on Slack, on Clubhouse, all those apps, you are there. Even on Facebook, you are there. But I don't know how many times you people do participate. So maybe last year, if you are not participating in them, this year you should make a point of being active. At least try and help somebody find a solution to whatever he or she has a problem in. Could be somebody has a bug that is solving, somebody is trying to understand a new framework or is a plugin or something new, and he is stuck somewhere. So being a participant in this group, it can help you a lot as a person. You'll be sharing the knowledge that you have, and also again you'll also be gaining. So I don't know if it has ever hit you that we have a lot of people who are turning to software development, but their biggest hindrance is how to learn, and how to keep on learning, and basically how to stay up to date. I don't know if that has ever hit you. Yes, it is happening. Technology, as when it comes to programming, is always new every day. There is something new to learn. Now, for the newbies who are coming in, it's even more difficult. Some of them they need guidance, and also they need to know how best they can learn things. Maybe the way you learned is not the same way I will learn. Maybe you are very good at learning from YouTube. Me, I'm not very good at learning in YouTube. Me, I just want to read on Medium, or I want to read on the documents, or documentation, or I just want to go to Stack Overflow when I hit a wall, and then I see how somebody has implemented something. Maybe that is you as a person. So the way you can help somebody to pass this knowledge, I think it's something very critical. But it's funny, some of the best developers we have, they are poor teachers, they are poor mentors. So those are some of the things personally I think if we are going into 2022, now that people are turning to software development as a career, we can focus on. It will be very nice if we actually gave ourselves such challenges and we work towards them. You help somebody to make progress, and you yourself also will also make progress. Yes. Those who have just joined us, please, if you don't mind, you can send a request to speak. The topic today is an open one. We're just looking at what is in store for us as Kenyan software developers in 2022. Basically, we are looking at how we are going to move on or make progress in this year. So maybe there is something you observed that software developers were doing last year, and you think this year they need to look at it and even improve on whatever they were doing, or change the way they are doing things. Yes, you can send your request to speak. Um, but I can still ask the people who are already speakers. From Nicholas, then there is this guy. You said your name, but I've forgotten it. There is this guy, an agent, Ans Beat. Yes, and then there is this guy calling himself Root. I don't know what you are rooting.
Maybe it's a root command or
Okay.
Uh, Jack,
Yes.
yes, probably something I have picked from your comments that probably I could emphasize on. So something that I've observed from last year, especially on say in Kenya, is lack of mentorship. I think young developers or upcoming developers, they are lacking the mentorship that is required for them to grow in the industry. From my experience, so when I joined the company that I'm currently working for, I met a very talented developer. Actually, met me there because I enjoyed. Oh, sorry. I think I'll have to switch to my computer because I'm getting trapped in my phone. So I was talking about mentorship. So when this developer joined our company, he's very smart, very talented. Like you said, most of the developers are like lone rangers. They like working alone. So this guy would come. So there's a batch of interns that joined the company. So on that rotational program where interns are inducted to different units in the company, they get to understand probably the different working units. So those who pick software as their unit, this guy, since he was the lead, he would ask them if they knew how to program. And this guy comes in, they don't have the experience to do programming, but they are interested. He would give you a project if you're not able to run with it, he'll definitely drop you. So many dreams were shattered, and I felt bad about it. But he eventually left the company where I'm currently heading the unit. So mentorship needs to really happen. I think people might not be at the same level, say, in terms of intelligence, but if we held that hand for that one person, at least mentor someone to a certain level, probably they will not be good as you, but you'll say you've done something, you've helped someone, you've grown someone, probably they only knew basic, say, programming in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and now they can pick a framework, say Vue or React, rather than having them to do their own stuff. When they get stuck, you tell them to use Google. So in terms of mentorship, I think if you are a senior developer or someone who can mentor someone, please hold their hand, because it's really important when they are stuck. They don't know how to Google. They don't know which are the keywords to search, so that they can probably find the solution to the challenges that they are facing. So if you're out there working in a company, you get new interns or attaches, please try to hold their hand so that they can join the space. We are limited. The space is so broad that the few millions that are already in the tech space, we cannot exhaust the opportunities that are there until we have other new ideas that are coming to the space that will assist us to do the stuff that we are supposed to be doing. So emphasis on the mentorship here.
Maybe from my end, if I can add, from my previous role, I was also in charge of a software engineering team. Yeah. So I was in charge of those who are also I was in charge for those who, let's say, for those who are in internship and attachment program. But then on that organization that we were supposed, we had a program where if someone comes in, we take him through all the process of entire software engineering or IT channel. Like it's like we are a entire department. So once you come in, we take you through the networking part, we take you through the support, we take you through the front end, the back end, the database administration, anything to do with the database and so on. And then from there, once you are done with all those steps, that will now take around 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Now after that one, now we tell you to do an entire project end to end. That's why that you do the database. You do a small project with almost two tables, with a table, and then you connect with a small API. If you can decide with Python, you do with Python or Node or any language that you prefer. Then from there you do your own front end, and then you do the Android. So we are doing that way so that someone can have a entire perspective on what entire, if someone is saying I'm doing backend, so that you can have the entire knowledge of what someone in backend does, what someone in front end does, what someone does in the backend, and the database administration and support and networking and everything. Yeah. So, but now the problem from my end that I encountered on that period, I ran the program almost for 1 year. Some students or some software engineers, some software engineers who, let's say, for those who are junior, you may find some of them they don't want to commit and learn something new within that period because it's like a lot of pressure. So someone comes in, you teach him, but most of them they don't even want to learn a new. You tell him learn MySQL, learn if you decide learn MongoDB,
Yeah,
and then
they're
from
not trying to learn something new, basically a new technology.
yes, it's like a new technology. So you are telling them learn a new technology. Someone is not even interested to learn anything. You tell him, you explain to them what you're supposed to do. They don't even want to care. They don't even do any database administration. They don't want to do the design of anything. They just like the networking part, the support part, because that one is like you are going to the someone desk, you fix the internet issues, you fix let's say there is a issue with cable, you trim the cable and everything. So but from then I realized that most of us as Kenyans we don't want to learn something new. We want a bit of shortcuts when it comes to the things here. Apart from, let's say if you mentor someone that you're supposed to follow this path, because let's say for me I've been in industry for like 5 years. If I tell you follow this path and then you have not let's say you are a new person, it's like I'm guiding you through that path. It's like I'm mentoring you through that process of software engineering. But most of them they don't want to listen and then they want to do their own things. Let's say for example there was a guy who came from the school, like this guy was a graduate for computer science. So you are trying to explain to the guy that you're supposed to do this A, B, C, D when it comes to the design. When you want to design a front end, how the front end will communicate to maybe a API and then to database, and then you tell the guy now do a design of the database. So the guy does everything. There is no normalization of the database. There is nothing that's being done. So then you explain him for the first time. The second time he does the same thing that he did the first time. So you try to explain even in the API, the guy doesn't even listen to anything. So when it comes to that one, it's about your personal responsibility that you need to take as a software engineer and learn. Apart from wanting some people to mentor you, you should also mentor yourself as a software engineer, so that you can be having that passion and a pressure that you want to learn something and you want to be like a senior software engineer in this Kenya or in this world. Yeah. I think personal mentorship and personal motivation is what drives most of the software should drive most of the software engineers. Thank you so much.
Nice input from you there. um, I've seen that behavior that you're talking about. Me, where I learned, I, I, I left before I left that place. It's here in Igirikate. It is the Kenya Technical Trainers College. So I was there doing a diploma in ICT. Uh, I've not, I don't have degree like many of you, but I have a diploma, and most of the things that I'm doing right now is self-taught and my own determination. I've learned a lot of things, and I think if I was serious enough, maybe I could have gotten a degree in one of the universities. It's just that I got discouraged because I went there and I'm being told that I cannot, I will have to start from year one. So I got bored. But before I graduated, from the time I finished my last paper and graduation, a period of 6 months, I was given internship in my college, and it's because I was a very aggressive person. While I was in my second year, because there we have our courses normally take 3 years. So in my second year, I was already known the whole college that I was a serious programmer, and I was actually being approached by people who are finishing and they have projects they need to be done. So they will come to me to help them, and of course I would charge them something small. And I used to manage a computer club back then. So there was this behavior. Some of the people that were in my computer club were my fellow classmates, and those who were in the year after us, maybe let's just say in the first year. So these people, when we start the semester, I have very many people who are coming to the club, and I was mainly teaching them PHP, HTML, and a bit of JavaScript. So I would have very many people, and as we progressed, the study started to get tough. You see, when you start in KTC, we normally have classwork and homework or remedial. So as we progress, you find that as the semester progresses, this work keeps piling, and you find that as you proceed, even the people who are coming to computer club, they don't even pass 5 people until you now have like 2 people. So it was like I was forcing them. But you see, that was way back in 2015. Right now, I have those guys. Some of them they can call me or email me because they don't have my phone number, but they have my email and they want me to help them. And I'm telling them, no. You see, right now I'm a very busy person. Back then, if you had taken me serious back then when we were in college, I was giving this knowledge for free. I was running the computer club like it was my own personal business, and you people were just looking at me like a madman. Right now, you are somewhere, you realize Zero used to do these things. I think I can get him and he can help me fix something. Or somebody I helped him with the project that he needed to present. So he presented it. But right now he can't remember how I used to make things work. Maybe I told him I maybe there were some softwares that he needed to install like XAMPP for him to have a local host in his machine. Right now, he even doesn't know if what is a local host. You see those kind of things. So let me just move from there. I come to after I was actually finishing my internship. I finished my internship, but I still went back there because, like anybody else, where you've learned, you can always go there and make money from the people who are there. You go there, you do projects for people, and you continue making money. That's how I was making money before I started to now be a freelancer out here. So I used to see people who have come there for a attachment. Somebody is there in the computer lab, is watching YouTube, is watching Facebook videos, or is just on Facebook and social media until the head of department in ICT says he doesn't want to see people in the computer lab. He wants to see people in the workshop or in the offices. So people are forced to leave that place. They go to the offices and the workshops. They go try and do something. Those who don't have laptops, they just get connected to Wi-Fi and they're just on their phones until they are given a task. Then I used to wonder, what's wrong with these people? If they knew how resourceful this place is, they will be busy doing something. Right now, because they are not in their colleges or in their universities, they think that they are out here in a picnic. So I would talk to some of them, but I realize there are some things you cannot force people. It's like playing a guitar to a goat. You cannot actually do a lot. So we have those kind of people, but I would appreciate if you try and make an effort so that years to come, this person will remember, when I was in this place, there was this guy. He used to talk to us. He used to tell us this. Yeah, because again, I don't think you can talk to somebody once or twice, and then if because they have not shown interest, you now leave them like that. You just try your part, because some of us, we have learned things through baptism by fire. You learn it as you are doing it on a real project. So you become so proficient that you cannot actually know how to pass that knowledge, because maybe you are too proud, or you cannot just bring yourself down to that level. That is one thing with well accomplished developers, and most of you, you need to work on that, because I don't think it's very condescending to show somebody how to write hello world in in JavaScript or in PHP or in C++ if you are proficient in that language. No, it is not. If somebody has an interest in programming, the only way, or the best way, I think you can build that into them, so that of course they have the interest, and they just need to have the task to actually push them. The very simple way I've always used on people, and it has worked, is you start from the known as you go to the unknown. Basically, if you start with, you cannot bring somebody to programming and then you want to start to teach him C++. You just start with HTML, and then as you progress, you can add a bit of CSS, you add a bit of PHP, you add a bit of JavaScript, basically web development. You just start with web development, and because web development is so cheap that it does not need extra resources for you to see it running. You just do it on a browser and an editor. That is how I've always been doing it. Then, once this person has seen how things are working, now you can even introduce them to templates and even framework. Back some like 2 years ago, I was sorry, was somebody speaking? Noise in my background is my neighbor. I don't know what my neighbor is doing in his house. He's in the upper floor. I don't know what he's doing. So um there was this guy. He was in the we I was working in a company where we had part of it. They were producing cards, business cards, wedding cards, success cards, and those kind of things, even banners. So this guy was in the production department, but I used to challenge him and tell him he liked to play PUBG on his laptop when the boss is not around in the evening from 6 p.m. up to 8 a.m. That was the time when we were leaving the offices. So I would tell him, this guy, you know what? Programming sio ngumu, hata wewe unaweza learn. Anasema, Siraki, unasema ukweli? Yeah, sio ngumu. And I would show him a few things and even point him to W3 schools. So even one time I told him, unaweza kuja kwangu, you can come to my place, we talk a little bit of things. And he did come. And I would teach him slowly by slowly. This guy, you see, and I see he was just talking Sheng. He could not understand. If you spoke in fluent English, the way I'm speaking right now, he would probably float in half of it. So it was a bit of a challenge to me because sometimes you have to explain some concepts in Kiswahili or in Sheng, and that is how you would understand some of those things. And 2 months down the line, this guy in the standard meeting, he came with his laptop and he said he wanted to present what he has done. And people laughed, but he presented it. I congratulated him, and even boss was so happy with him what he had done, because now he was now increasing the skills from being a designer to now being a web designer. So I think you can always build these tasks into somebody. You don't just you don't just talk to somebody and then if you see that this person is not catching the vision or is not up to the task, you leave him. No, those are the kind of things that are being used in the. Kindly, somebody, can you mute? This is a okay. I think I'll mute for you. Yeah. So, you see, back in the university, there is this story of a lecturer. He comes to class. It is a class for biology, no chemistry, and then he he starts to talk very big words, and then people say, this one I'll not be able to manage. He leaves the lecture room. He goes, and then people kept on leaving until few people remained. And then now the lecturer says, now we can proceed. Now that we have removed other people, now we can proceed. Because even the lecturer didn't want a big number. No, we cannot do the same with programming. Programming, once somebody has seen the product, he will be interested in seeing how it is built. If you show him how it is built and he or she feels like he or she is not up to the task, but he has already shown you that he is interested, he liked what you presented, but now you are showing him how you made it to get to that point, and he's like, there is a way you can actually build the passion into that person. And all this is through talking and using incentives. You just start small and from the known and you go to the unknown. I don't know if I'm speaking to somebody here who is a senior developer somewhere and you are wondering how you're going to pass some of the amazing skills you have to the junior guys you are seeing there. Yes, Davis, tell us something.
Yes, hello guys. So yeah, that's a nice topic that you touched on. On my case, I usually think of in as much as we help each other in the tech industry or the office spaces and everything. If we don't talk about mental health, it's all just for nothing. I mean, last year, 2022, we lost a lot of friends in the tech space. In my case, I lost 2 people on the tech space. They all killed themselves, which just because of some mental issues that were caused all around our offices, maybe, or something like that. So, in as much as how much someone can be very good at programming or something, without touching the mental health and just the growth of your health and everything, I just think it's all for nothing. We need to create something in the tech space that touches on that. I'm very sure we do not have something like that in this tech space. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't think there is.
yes, I think we should create one. I think, Jack, you can do something about it because you've been a role model to many of us. So I don't know if you, last time I saw you posted something on about mental health. I don't know if it was your colleague that you rode with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a guy because we normally cycle, and there is a guy. He died mysteriously, and they say he committed suicide, though they didn't want to say it openly. So mental health is there.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, that's a nice one. We'll see. We'll try and get other people who are influencers. We try to see how best we can actually tackle this the whole issue of mental health. And coming from 2020 up to now, a lot of people have suffered from mental health, and developers are not an exception. So I know what you are speaking about. So the other people who are here, kindly, could you please send a request to speak so that we can actually see how best we can how many topics we will talk, because okay, by the way, there's somebody has sent me here a DM is saying that I am on PC, but I wanted to ask if we could talk about how to structure CVs. I think the issue of structuring CVs, we'll tackle it in another space. And then he has also said, also, you should remind people that yes, mentorship is okay. Yeah, we have already talked about mentorship. But people should also do some research on their own and know how to ask questions. Asking a question with some background is amazing. Yeah, but unfortunately, sometimes people don't know how to ask questions. So that is one very critical thing. You cannot assume somebody he is just new today, he will be able to know how to ask a question or how to research. Somebody already said here, a newbie will have a problem even knowing the keywords to search for. So you see that researching also it has to be a skill. Um, I just allowed somebody to speak. Jina ndio imenishinda. Yeah, you can
Uh,
tell us something.
uh, is there someone specific you want to speak? I can go ahead.
Just wait fast. There is this guy, the sword of the morning, Nyikuri.
Yes,
Yes.
Zach. So actually,
Or you did just join us.
I think I joined when you sent the link on Telegram. So I've been here for a while, just doing my own stuff while listening.
Okay.
So okay.
Nicholas, you can continue.
Oh, so
Okay. Sorry, this one. I wanted to echo what Davis just said on mental health and probably add something else. So on mental health, I also share some experience. I have a very close friend. He was working as a web designer and developer for an agency here in Nairobi. I don't know what happened. Pressure from work. That guy attempted to commit suicide twice. So until he went to leave the company. So we advised him to leave the company. After recovering, we helped him to start his own freelancing gig. So it's what he has been doing. So the issue with mental health, I think, is something we need to address, especially for developers. Developers, like you said earlier, in the beginning of this space, developers are kind of introverted. They don't like sharing. You'll find out, like you said, people are trying to run to software development because you are just sitting
in front of your machine talking to it, no one else. That social life we don't have. So it's something that we need to find probably strategize on how we are going to approach it, specifically targeting the developers because developers they are suffering because there's a lot of pressure from work, even families. So you're trying to find that balance. And like you're saying, probably people are unique. You saying yourself you don't suffer from burnout, but there are people that cannot handle that too much pressure from work. Where you have strict deadlines, especially if you work with agencies. They have very crazy deadlines that you need to meet. You have targets. So if we can come up with a plan on how maybe to address this issue, if a developer is facing burnout, people need to come out and say, look, we gave me this target I was unable to achieve. So how do we move on with this? So the issue of mental health, we should give it maybe focus and preference in 2022. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I think an agent left, but he said about it is the quality of graduates that our universities are producing. I think we have a problem with our with our university, or rather our students are just lazy because someone has studied computer science, and in the end, this guy he cannot write code. So when they come to your company, they are running towards networking because everyone is doing networking. So you find out everyone is doing networking. So in the field of software, this guy will come to you. I only did a final project using I don't know PHP, and that's all. I don't like programming. You wonder why? Why do most of these guys when they are the quality of these graduates that we are producing. No one can write a simple program, even a pet program. So when you start doing the mentoring, you have to start from scratch. Because, for instance, the place that I work, we have a bunch of them. We have like 10 interns that join us. But these guys, out of the 10, like no one. Okay, I'm not trying to criticize them, but it's the real issue that we are facing here. Like no one can call themselves a developer. So like they don't have familiarity with the languages that we are using. And if you ask them what are you comfortable using, they tell you PHP. Okay, you're going with PHP. We are very flexible. I can give you a project in PHP. Then they'll tell you, give me some time, like give me 1 month. I need to go and refresh it. Like really? So we need probably probably this again this year. I don't know. We can even plan a sensitization. We go to our universities. Probably there are universities that are very active clubs for tech, and guys are doing great. But there are other institutions that they don't have those clubs where people can learn about tech and everything. We go to those institutions and tell these guys, look, we are not only looking for the degrees that you are carrying. We need that skill. So that is something that I've noticed is the quality of the graduates that we are producing. It's something we need to address for, especially in the field of software engineering.
Okay, thank you so much, Nicholas, for your valuable input. I think that one is duly noted. You people, you and David, you have given me very big assignments. Maze, is is assignments they are very big.
Yeah.
I will just go put them down on my notebook. I see how best we can execute them. Yeah. But we have this Atlassian community led by Michael Kimathi. I'm a member of it, and he normally goes around the country when he's tired with meetups in Nairobi. At the moment, he hasn't started, but when he starts, he normally hosts a lot of events on iHub, and some events are in the universities. He's been to Kisii University, Chuka University, Eldoret. Yeah, he is quite a good guy that you can tag along with when he is going to a particular place. So I think he has, when it comes to mentorship, he is already in that. And then there is Lake Hub in Kisumu, where we have guys like Sigumagwa and Maureen Josephine. And these people, they are doing amazing work in mentorship and creating a viable coding community there. So if it comes to, but we have DSC communities in a number of universities. People like Eric Muli have been doing good work. So I tend to think that part sort of a few people are already doing something about it. Me, if you tell me to move around the universities or try and capture university students, it might be a bit tricky on my side. Yeah, you see, like I said, some of these things I want to say they need they do not just need a heart. They need resources. Yes, and some resources, even if you had money, some resources it is a previous experience. Somebody like Michael Kimathi, he's been doing communities since 20, like 5 years ago, Maze. So this guy, and he's not been doing just in Nairobi, around Kenya. So you see some of the knowledge he has in how to handle these things. Yeah, I can tell you it's quite a lot. But I think so. I will examine myself from that part. Me, I'll just try and do these ones online, and then um, I'll be serious with the Twitter Spaces. I hope Twitter doesn't mess me up. So I'll be very serious with the Twitter Spaces every Friday. I think I'll try so much if I can do it every Friday. If I can't do it every Friday, then twice a month. And then um, I will try to come up with guests that I'll not be the only, I'll not be the moderator and the guest at the same time. So I'll try that very much best because I have another community I'm running and it is not developer related, it is cycling related or sports related. So these communities sort of they tend to take a lot of my time and you see me when I'm not programming, I'm out there riding my bike. So it doesn't it takes a lot of my time and it will need a lot of a lot of I'll just say it will need a lot of effort to bring all this thing together. So hapo kitu ya maana nimesikia yenye nafaa kushughulikia to do with the mental health. Actually okay, so what I was saying is that I'll try to work with the issue of mental health and also the issue that has been raised of CVs, structuring the CVs, and also Alan, wewe unanidm ati mambo ya sako bana, people should just know how to manage their finances. I cannot I cannot say much about financial management for a software developer, and forgive me for that. That will be too much. I will not be able to cover that as a developer, and even other people mko hapa, you can agree with me. If we start to talk about financial management and we are software developers, that is a very big topic. Sindio, Nicholas?
Tell him to follow Amerit. He has a very good channel on Telegram. He has done a lot of work on circles, and there are recordings available you can listen to. There are a lot of knowledge that is available on his channel. And there's other guy called Peter Loach.
Sorry?
And there's another guy called Peter Loach. Again, they advise guys on finance. So I think probably we can drop the link to the Telegram channel on this space.
I don't know how we normally do that, but I think you will tweet that, and then I can I can retweet you if you find them.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
our time is up. I said this space was to be for 1 hour. We are already 1 hour 10 minutes, and I want to thank all of you who have participated, those who are listening, those who have spoken. Thank you so much. And as I close, if somebody has a closing remark, you can say it.
Maybe I can go first.
Yes.
So just to thank you for the space. I think we've interacted, probably we've impacted from whatever we've shared. So this is just to probably a reminder that we can always pay forward. Maybe maybe where we are at right now, it's through our effort, our own effort. We didn't get someone to hold our hand while coming up to this to join the tech space. So if you have someone whom you can mentor, someone whom you can show the direction in tech, please try to play your part. Try to bring them, try to introduce them to tech. Tell them what are the opportunities that are available in tech. Not necessarily doing coding. We have cloud, we have all things like DevOps and everything. So if we can try to mentor a generation of tech aware, it will be very good for us and for the society at large. So if you can, please mentor someone. Please and again, there has been so much emphasis on the girl child in the tech space, and boy child are left to do their own learning on their own. So please let us all lift, let's lift everyone. As long as we are trying to bring that equity, me I believe in that we lift both genders, not just having a bias in one gender. So if you have a girl, a lady in your community or in your neighborhood who might be interested in knowing what tech is all about, try to introduce them to tech. Show them probably the mistake that you made. What if they are coming to that path? What they should not repeat what you did, so that at least they can become even better than yourself. So mine is just say, please try to pay forward, mentor someone, and they will mentor someone else when they are grown in their sphere of knowledge. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Davis, Howard,
I think I'm okay with what Nicholas has said, and whatever that you had said. That's it for me. Nothing more.
thank you. Till next time, be blessed, stay safe, keep coding, and observe COVID 19 rules.